Have you ever found yourself caught in the whirlwind of a narcissistic relationship, only to eventually reach your breaking point and decide to stop talking to the person? Maybe you've stopped answering their calls, stopped responding to their texts, or even blocked them completely on social media. It's an incredibly powerful moment, one that brings a sense of relief, but also a sense of fear and uncertainty. What happens next? What does a narcissist really do when you cut them off? Do they feel guilt, regret, or is it something else entirely? It's one of the most puzzling and even terrifying experiences you might face when you end a relationship with someone who has narcissistic tendencies. After all, a narcissist doesn't exactly respond the way most people would. In fact, their reaction to being ignored or abandoned can be a mixture of manipulation, control, and emotional games that you might not even fully understand. But don't worry, you're not alone, and you're certainly not crazy for wondering what's going on in their mind. This article will delve deep into the mind of a narcissist and answer the question, what do narcissists really do when you stop talking to them? What happens when you stop talking to a narcissist? Narcissists thrive on attention. They crave validation, admiration, and constant reinforcement of their sense of superiority. When you stop talking to them, you cut off their primary source of self-esteem. At first, they might feel a sense of shock or disbelief. How could you possibly reject someone as special as them? This rejection is deeply threatening to their inflated sense of self-worth. So what happens next? It's important to understand that narcissists don't have the same emotional responses as others. They may feel hurt or angry, but not in the way that a person with healthy emotional regulation would. Instead of processing those feelings and reflecting on why the relationship ended, the narcissist is more likely to focus on how to regain control over the situation. Your absence may ignite a series of manipulative tactics designed to get you to re-engage, and fast. But these tactics often reveal much more about the narcissist's true nature than they might intend. One of the first things a narcissist will do when you stop talking to them is try to make you feel guilty. They might bombard you with messages, calling you selfish or cruel for not giving them the attention they feel they deserve. If they can convince you that you're the one in the wrong, they'll have one. And it's not just about convincing you with words. They may even escalate their behavior to provoke an emotional reaction from you. You might find yourself questioning your decision, doubting if you've been too harsh, or feeling sorry for them. That's exactly the goal. Narcissists are masters at shifting the blame and turning the tables. But what happens when that doesn't work? Well, narcissists don't give up easily. If guilt-tripping doesn't break through, they might switch tactics and resort to a more passive-aggressive approach. This could include spreading rumors about you, trying to make you look bad to mutual friends or acquaintances, or even playing the victim. After all, if they can paint you as the villain in the story, they can maintain their image of themselves as the wronged innocent party. However, narcissists are also incredibly adept at using the silent treatment to manipulate others. When they feel they've lost control, or if you've rejected their attempts to win you back, they might go silent on you too. This isn't about them needing space, it's about them punishing you for daring to step away. By withholding their attention and affection, they are trying to regain their power. And if you give in to this tactic, you'll find yourself back in the emotional web they've spun, trapped once again in the cycle of narcissistic control. But what happens if you don't respond to these manipulations? If you keep your distance and maintain your boundaries, the narcissist may escalate even further. They might try to love bomb you, coming back into your life with grand gestures, lavish compliments, and promises to change. This can be incredibly confusing, especially if you're emotionally vulnerable after the fallout of the relationship. The narcissist knows exactly how to manipulate your emotions, making you question your decision and wonder if they really are different this time. But don't be fooled. Love bombing is nothing more than another tactic to reel you back in. They may even repeat this cycle over and over again, each time with more intensity, until you are back under their control. The narcissist's fear of abandonment. At the core of all of these behaviors is the narcissist's deep fear of abandonment. While they may come across as self-assured or even arrogant, beneath the surface lies a fragile ego that can't cope with the idea of being left behind. For a narcissist, being abandoned is more than just an emotional blow. It's a threat to their entire sense of self. So when you stop talking to them, it sends them into a panic. They will do whatever they can to avoid the pain of abandonment, including manipulating you, gaslighting you, or even attempting to discredit you. The narcissist can't bear the thought of losing the power they hold over you. And they certainly can't stand the idea of being seen as anything less than perfect or desirable. If they can't control you through direct means, they will try to control how others perceive you, through gossip, manipulation, or even by pretending to be the victim. In some cases, narcissists will go to extreme lengths to reassert their dominance, even resorting to stalking or harassment. They might show up at your workplace, call your family members, or contact you through different social media profiles. This kind of behavior can escalate quickly, and it's important to remain vigilant and set clear boundaries during these moments. Narcissists may try to guilt-trip you into feeling responsible for their emotional state, and this can be particularly damaging if you're already feeling conflicted about the relationship. What is the ultimate goal of a narcissist when you stop talking? So what's the ultimate goal here? Why do narcissists go through all these manipulative tactics when you stop talking to them? The answer is simple. Narcissists need validation. They need it in a way that is all-consuming. If they can't have your validation, they will seek it from others. But in doing so, they will often try to make you feel as though you're missing out or that you're being unfair. They want to keep you on a string, always ready to respond to their whims, always ready to stroke their ego. Narcissists don't care about your well-being. They care about their own. They view relationships as transactional, and your silence disrupts the transaction. The idea of not having their needs met, especially the need for admiration and control, makes them anxious and reactive. They will pull out every trick in the book to reclaim their position in your life, because losing that position threatens everything they hold dear. However, the deeper reality of narcissistic behavior is that it's rooted in insecurity. The narcissist's need for attention is a defense mechanism, a way to shield themselves from the deep feelings of inadequacy that they try so hard to hide. The more you stop talking to them, the more they're faced with the reality that their grandiose self-image is an illusion. And that's a reality they're willing to fight tooth and nail to avoid. How to protect yourself when a narcissist won't stop. If you've reached a point where you've stopped talking to a narcissist, and you're now facing their manipulation or emotional games, it's crucial to protect your peace. The first step is to recognize the behavior for what it is: manipulation. Narcissists use every tactic at their disposal to regain control, whether that's emotional blackmail, gaslighting, or guilt-tripping. It's important to set firm boundaries and stick to them. If you've already cut them off, avoid engaging with their attempts to draw you back in. Block them on all platforms, and if necessary, change your contact information. If the narcissist escalates to harassment, consider seeking legal advice or involving authorities. Most importantly, protect your mental health. Narcissists are emotionally exhausting, and their behavior can take a serious toll on your well-being. Surround yourself with supportive friends, family, or a therapist who can help you navigate the emotional chaos that often follows cutting ties with a narcissist. In the end, narcissists don't really care about you. They care about themselves, and they need your validation to feed their fragile egos. When you stop talking to them, they will do whatever it takes to bring you back into their web of manipulation and control. But it's important to recognize their tactics for what they are, and to take steps to protect yourself from further harm. While the narcissist's reaction may be confusing, it's important to remember that their behavior is not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of their own insecurity, fear, and need for control. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this article helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into understanding narcissistic behavior and how to protect yourself. We hope you continue to make choices that prioritize your well-being. And remember, you are enough.